Smack that ass. Everybody smack that ass.
Hi everybody, my name is Jeremy, this is Red Means Recording, and today we are looking at the Arturia Microfreak again because it got an update. It got a Wavetable engine. It actually got two flavors of it. One of them is the factory Wavetable engine, and the other one is the user Wavetable engine. The factory Wavetable engine comes with 16 wavetables. Let's go ahead and go over to it. Let's do it. Where is it? Yeah, that's a wavetable, all right. And then we have the user wavetable engine, which through the MIDI control center, you can load up 16 of your very own wavetables. You can make banks of 16, save them in MIDI control center, and send them on over. And I have put some in here. Oh, crunchy. Great punchy sounds. That's what the filter engaged. So, pretty cool. Nothing really remarkable to talk about here, but I have something else that I want to do with you with our little friend here, because through the use of Ableton, some LFOs, and push and the electron analog heat, I have created something that is going to make this basically into a one-stop, one-note fidget house machine. Kind of like this. All right, I don't want to give it all away right now. So let's get into what's going on here, because I'm pretty excited to show you about this. It's pretty fun. All right, so I knew that wavetables liked complex modulation, but I didn't have the kind of complex modulation I wanted in here. I wanted to be able to do like the crazy, like just more interesting LFOs, more interesting modulation of the stuff that we had available to us. And so I realized that I could use some LFOs in Max for Live to send out MIDI control change messages via the Ocean Swift MIDI controller, which is a free set of Max for Live devices that send out MIDI control change numbers that you choose. And those are things that control aspects of hardware synthesizers, MIDI CCs. So I did a little bit of digging, and I found out that type, wave, timbre, and shape are 9, 10, 12, and 13 respectively. So I set up my little Ocean Swift controller to send out those MIDI CCs. And actually, if I turn this one right here, I am selecting one of the oscillators. So that's one thing going on. And then I realized that I could send an LFO to that. So let's listen to what that sounds like. The type mod here is what turns that on and off. With it off, I have manual control. And with it on, it does this. In case it wasn't clear, we're sending this through the analog heat, by the way. We're sending the Microfreak through the analog heat before it arrives at Ableton, just because I thought it would be a nice beefy addition, and indeed it is. Okay, so what's going on here? Well, that LFO device that we see in Ableton is sending out a wave shape, and I can actually change the wave shape with this knob. And the reason that I want to do that is because that will change the shape of the oscillator selection, the type selection. I also have a control over the time enumerator of that oscillator, which controls the speed of it. So between that, I have the ability to shape as a sort of automation lane how the oscillator type is played back. And the trick to this, though, is turning on the sample and hold function in the LFO, because that samples the otherwise smooth wave shape, which would just kind of cause chaos when it scrolled through here, and quantizes it so that it changes on the grid that I want. So I can change values in here and it will it'll change. So if I change the sample and hold value here, we'll hear what happens. Since there's going to be so much more stuff going on, I found that sample and hold of 2 16th notes or an 8th note was a good value for that. So I don't really change that. I could, but I don't. So the next thing that we have going on are 3 LFOs, 3 complex LFOs. These 3 complex LFOs are going to be responsible for modulating our wav, our timbre, and our shop. And these, I did a video on. These are really, really powerful LFOs that have 2 LFO shapes, and they combine in interesting ways to create this output shape. So I'm going to start bringing those in. I'm going to turn off our mod selector here, and I'm going to turn this to 16, something like that. I'll explain a little bit more about what's going on with this in a bit. That sounds pretty good. All right, the first one is going to be our wave. Next up is timbre. And finally, shape. I have control over the depth of each one of those via these controls. Because for some of these, like the Wavetable one, we don't want this wave to go at all. We just want timbre and shape. And that's that noise engineering one. And I still have control over it over here. So if I want to increase this envelope here that is assigned to, I believe, wave. Oh no, it's assigned to timbre. I can do that. I also have control over how long those LFOs take to do their thing, so I can make longer movements. And then finally, all of this together, with including the LFO that changes the type, well, we'll see. Here we go. So a lot of fun, but this isn't enough. I finally have this effects channel here. I'm not going to be modulating this at all, but what this is going to do is add a little bit of OTT, some glue, a sidechain compressor, and a chorus ensemble that is going to accentuate the stereo imagery of the highs, and a utility that's going to make the bass mono. So when I turn this on, you're going to hear a pretty pronounced difference in our sound, and I'm going to do that now. Pretty fun, right? You can hear that hiss. The OTT is pulling the noise out of the analog heat and really going crazy with it. So that's not, the best thing in the world, but it is what it is. This second channel here that says sub, this is a pure sine wave that is being triggered by whatever MIDI I use to make the Microfreak do MIDI as well. And that's because wavetables tend to be pretty high-end focused in terms of harmonics, and I wanted to add a nice subwoofer sort of thing going on with a little bit of sidechain compression, so I could have that low end that would always be there regardless of what was going on with our friend here. I want to show you one more trick, but first let's just jam for just a second, okay?
Put your hands in the air. Everybody move cause the beat don't stop. Everybody groove, let the bottle pop. Shake that ass, this party hot. Put your hands in the air. Everybody move cause the beat don't stop.
All right. Do you see why that's fun? Do you see why that is a fun time in fun time land? Okay, so because Ableton has this new snapshot system, we can actually use snapshots to create scenarios here that that we can easily switch between, because we had a lot of variables here. So if we wanted to, we could use the snapshot system to take little snapshots of different settings here and move between them. So let's do that real quick. To open the snapshot thing, we're going to click this little camera icon thing here next to our friend. And what I want to do here is I'm going to take this MIDI and I'm going to move it over here just for right now. And we're just going to listen to this. So for instance, if I like those settings, and I actually really do, I would hit new and I would call this like blasted sine. And then we can make some changes here. So let's play around with some other things. Yeah. So new. Call this huge saw. That's pretty cool. So we'll call that multi-blast 1. All right, let's turn this off. That's cool. Let's call this Baby FM. And let's see, what else could we do? Yeah, that's crazy. I don't even know what engine that is. We'll call this Big Boy FM. And I'll call this one short stabs. So using this system here, and you can actually add more knobs to here, even if you don't plan on using them in the push, you can still add them here to be part of your performance. So for instance, I'm still playing the extra amount knob and the envelope decay, so I could put those into here if I wanted. So every single time that I press one of these, I get a full change to my my MIDI synthesizer, which is really, really cool. So that's basically what I want to show you, using the Ocean Swift MIDI control CC thing with these complex LFOs. You could probably get away with using the Ableton default LFOs if you didn't want to buy the K-Devices things, but I wanted these complex shapes because they're really, really fun. And that's to push our friend Microfreak around in the most delightful way, in just the best way. I love it so much. I'm going to record some clips and I'll get you a little final track here to jam to, just a little 3-minute banger. Thanks for watching. My name is Jeremy. This is Remy's Recording, and I hope you have a very freaky day.
Put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. Everybody move, cause the beat don't stop. Put your hands in the air. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody move, cause the beat don't stop. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Put your hands in the air. Everybody move, cause the beat don't stop. Everybody groove, let the bottle pop. Shake that ass, this party hot. Put your hands in the air. Everybody move, cause the beat don't stop. Everybody groove, let the bottle pop. Shake that ass, this party hot. Everybody get low now, shake that. Get on down low, don't take that. Everybody get low, low. Push on down to that flow, flow. Everybody get low now, shake that. Push on down low, don't take that. Everybody get low, low. Push on down to that flow, flow.
Put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. Everybody move, cause the beat don't stop.
let's hit the mat.
Everybody jump now, look at that. There ain't no rules, let's go with that. Look at your move, you looking glad. Let it all loose, let's hit the mat. Everybody jump now, look at that. There ain't no rules, let's go with that. Look at your moves, you looking glad. Let it all loose, let's hit the mat.
Baby said please don't go. Stay on the floor, get lost in the flow. Baby said get low, get you high like the stone cold flow. The scammerism, electric spannerism. Pick a girl, fly back up to the mannerism. I stop planning, risen at my spanner, kissing all the girls on the red hot bannerism.
Baby said please don't go. Stay on the floor, get lost in the flow. Baby said get low, get you high like the stone cold flow. The scammerism, electric spannerism. Pick a girl, fly back up to the mannerism.
I stop planning, risen at my spanner, kissing all the girls on the red hot bannerism.
Everybody smack that ass. Everybody. Ass. Smack that ass. Everybody smack that.